welcome back to Let's Get Local on 101 Business Radio. So exciting to be presenting some local West Australian artists for all of you crew out there. Hope you're enjoying what you've been seeing so far. We've got loads more to come. But I am super excited as well to have a very lovely gentleman by my side here, Mr. Ray Pritchard. Welcome. How are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. That's
nice
good.
to be here.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've caught up, so
Yes.
you need to fill me in on what's been happening and...
Writing songs. Pretty much
Awesome.
writing songs.
Yeah.
The odd gig here and there, but pretty much still writing.
Lots of writing, okay. Well, I love all these artists that we're bringing in. You know, you've all got so many various different talents and styles. And how would you describe your style, Ray?
I think I'm a storyteller.
Okay.
Around
the campfire style and...
I suppose so. I just think that this country has got so much to offer and so much beauty, and it's just great fodder for songwriting. And I love getting out of the city and taking in the surrounds and meeting different people and hearing their stories. And when you get to my age, you've got a few stories of your own, so it's pretty easy to put it into a song. So I suppose, in essence, I'm a storyteller putting narrative to music.
Narrative to music, nice. And I think there's definitely a certain style of original music that comes out of Western Australia, isn't there? I mean, you know, we have such a vast, massive land here that if a band is touring in Western Australia, you know, people don't realise the coverage and the miles that we do every year. People think, oh, we're just going to pop up to Broome, and they don't realise it's like 3,200 kilometres away from Perth.
Yeah.
And I think...
The distances are frightening.
Do you think it puts artists in good standing for touring anywhere? I think it does. Like, if you can tour in WA...
If you can tour in WA, you can tour anywhere.
You're off. Yeah.
And
okay.
I think you've got to come to terms with the miles.
Yeah.
And the distances that you need to travel if you're really serious about what you want to do. But yeah, it's a vast state.
What are some of your favourite bush spots that you've been to play, or little country towns?
Me. Well, look, I've been as far south as Albany and Esperance and as far north as Derby.
Okay.
Next year I'm doing a tour that will take us across the top to Darwin and then down to Katherine, where
you might never come back.
I may never come back.
You might never come
back.
back.
My wife and I have considered staying. So
I'll have to come up there to talk to you next
we don't
time.
know. It's just... And look, I haven't spent enough time in the north of our state, and I'm really looking forward to that.
The Kimberley and the Pilbara and all through
definitely.
there.
Yeah, I remember back in the 80s working in places like Port Hedland. I seem to remember doing a gig at the Panamwanaka Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
To one person. And, you know, to their credit, they still paid.
That one person loved you, I bet. Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, it is what it is. You can travel a long, long way and not see very many people. In fact, hopefully I'll get a chance to play you a song today, and it sort of talks a little bit about that.
Please do.
Yeah,
please
that'd be great.
do. I'm really excited. So, have you got any new recordings coming up? And I know I just wanted to show you guys. This is Ray Pritchard's album. It's called 43 Years. Got 6 beautiful songs on here. And where can people buy this?
Only online.
Order it online?
Yeah,
and what's
order it
your web address there?
RayPritchardMusic.com.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, just order it online. Love to send it out. We'll send it free of charge to you.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so who did you collaborate with on this album, Ray?
Well, the name of the album is 43 Years, and that came about because that's when I played in a band with a fellow by the name of Martin Celia, who is a wonderful guitar player. He's now touring with Mental as Anything.
Wow.
But he's a Perth guy.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was Martin that turned me onto the guitar all those years ago. And the guy that produced the album and played drums on it, a fellow by the name of Tony Cooper.
Right.
Who's a producer based in Sydney now, and it's just a monster of a player and a wonderful man. So we've got 43 years of history between the three of us.
You, right.
So that's where the name came about. And
very cool. Yeah.
So the three of us, and then we brought a singer in by the name of Sabrina Sabrina Davies.
Okay.
And who's does some performing around town. She's got the most beautiful voice and wonderful lady. So
Awesome.
it was really cool.
It's great when all good people come together, eh?
It was
good
one of those
music and
projects
good
where
people.
it did. It was great people.
Yeah.
Really pleasing the way it all came together. It was like Martin and Tony and I were all on the same page.
That's
musically,
good. Yeah.
And we shared pretty much the same vision for the album, so
Okay.
it was good.
So is it mainly them learning your songs, or did you share some of the songwriting and the musical?
Look, the songs had already been written. We did some rearrangements to suit what we wanted to achieve with the album, and but essentially they filled in all the holes that I was pondering ideas, and they just seemed to come up with the ideas that sort of worked for the album.
Okay.
So it was really cool.
That's fantastic. And have you got some touring coming up at all? Are you heading out of town again anytime soon?
Yeah, look, we are. I've decided I want to go back to playing solo, so no band situation. I was working with the guitar player for a little while and doing that, but I really want to go back to just me strumming, telling a song, telling a story, singing a song. Just really cutting it right back, stripping it right back. So I'll start doing that again probably in October.
Yeah.
Simplifying. I'm not good in the winter.
As you can see, he's all rubbed up, cozy and warm.
The winter.
Yeah. So you're gonna head north for that sunshine. Why
well,
not?
look, I'll probably do a few shows around the city and down south. Then we'll start to move away and just working towards that larger tour that we've got sort of planned for the middle of next year.
Right.
But 2 or 3 shows, or maybe up to 4 shows a month is probably about all I'll be doing.
Yeah.
And we'll just see how sort of things pan out.
Yeah, I know the first time that I booked you guys at the Paddington Ale House, I really, really enjoyed your style of music and just your storytelling talents. You've definitely got a real ability to capture the crowd and have a good chit chat to them, and the music I just think it's fantastic. Well, tell me a little bit about what song you're going to play today and what inspired you to write that and
I'm
what
glad you
went into
asked.
that. What's that
well,
one called?
It's called Maybe It's Just Me, and it really does. It's almost like a promotion for West Australia when you listen to it. It's kind of got
Are you
that
listening,
sort of,
Tourism WA?
I've got another one for you guys too. But no, that's how it came about. I was out of town. Okay. In fact, I was up in New Norcia.
All right, yeah. Where the monks bake the bread.
Where the monks bake the bread and do all that sort of stuff.
The 13th
which is a really interesting place.
There, I think, didn't I? Yeah.
And it was a beautiful warm day, but it wasn't hot. It was spring.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of time, and I was on my own, completely on my own. I was listening to the birds and the trees, and I was just looking around, the wandoo trees everywhere, and just the temperature, and it just inspired this song. And it's one of the few songs that I haven't sort of recorded as such. It's not.
When do you think you'll be recording it?
I think this one will go on the next album.
Okay. When do you think that might happen?
When I get enough money generated to do the next album. It's so expensive, as you know.
Course,
it's just it's so costly to do this, and to recover your costs on the previous one and then move forward to the next one. So I've got to sell plenty of these to get that happening.
Kudos to original artists too as well, because it's hard yards to get your music recorded, to get it down and actually have that process happen. So a lot of people work really, really hard and have to save an awfully long time just to go and record 5 or 6 songs in a studio. And it might even be nice to see some sort of government grants and things like that going towards more original musicians than elsewhere. We really need to.
I think we need to get
Australian.
Yeah, we need to get a bit more savvy with that, don't we?
Yeah.
We need to sort of take advantage of those sorts of issues. Take advantage of it. Yeah.
So, what sort of style would you say this song is that you're going to play for us? I'm so excited. You're going to get the guitar out, and
it's just an Aussie country folk song. It's really that's about the way I can describe it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you, Ray, for coming in to have a chit chat
to us.
Pleasure. And thank you, 101 Business Radio, as well, for having original artists on Let's Get Local. And we really want to make this something to build up for the future. Let's bring them in, let's roll them through. And we are going to get Ray. We'll be back in a minute with Ray on his guitar, and he's going to sing you a beautiful song. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
I've been down the winning hand, see the sunrise over land, watch it set across the western sea. I can drive all day and not see a man. You're not from here, you won't understand. Sorry if I'm rambling. Sunday drives need Mondays too. Can't explain, it's just what we do. Towns are few and far between out here. Be content, just look around. You won't see nothing looking down. This hostile land can own you. Maybe it's just me, just an Aussie living out his dream. You find that that's the way it's always been. Maybe it's just me. Connection with the land is all I need. Maybe you will never understand. A different man has different plans. 40 years has come and gone, been to places round the world. Nothing feels as good as coming home. I'm West Aussie through and through, dust to dust when time is true. For now there's too much living. Maybe it's just me, just an Aussie living out his dream. You find that that's the way it's always been. Maybe it's just me. Connection with the land is all I need. Maybe you will never understand. Different man has different plans. Wouldn't mind if maybe I could run away and live alone, find a rundown cabin near a stream. Runaway's not the word I really mean. Sit and watch the birds in flight and watch them as they kiss the sky. Wonder what it's like without a care. You always find so much more out here. Maybe it's just me, just an Aussie living out his dream. You find that that's the way it's always been. Maybe it's just me. Connection with the land is all I need. Maybe you will never understand. Different man has different plans.
Welcome back to Let's Get Local. We are working with 101 Business Radio and Walk Your Talk Productions to present and showcase some of WA's best singer-songwriters. And I am 100% sure that I've got one of them sitting right next to me now, Mr. Mitchell Martin. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
More than welcome. Thanks for coming down. How have you been lately? What's been going down?
I've been super busy, as always, lately. And
Excellent.
I'm studying at the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts.
Yes, congratulations. I heard that you're
Yeah.
going there. How's that going for you?
It's intense. It's really, really busy. Yeah, I'm there 5 days a week, sometimes for 7-8 hour days, and
Wow.
a lot of like rehearsals as well as classes. And
So it's like having a real job.
yeah, it's absolutely full on. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So yeah, before that I was teaching at a high school, so kind of going from, well, I was straight out of high school into teaching, and then now at uni, so it's kind of just been all go from there for the last couple of years.
Wow.
But yeah, other than that, I've been doing a fair bit of writing. I released my album on the 26th of March.
And how did that go? I heard that was at the Ellington Jazz Club.
Yeah.
So it was Bridge.
Yeah, so I did like when I released it on the 26th, I did like a tour down south because I'm from Bunbury.
Yeah.
And I had Julius, your brother.
My brother.
Yeah. I had him supporting me at one of the
Caves.
Caves House Hotel, and I played at Ravenswood and a couple of different venues down south. And yeah, it was really good. I've managed to sell most of my CDs now. I've only got a couple left.
Done.
Yeah,
Nice
so
work.
the album's been going really well. And then, yeah, I booked a show.
So what's the name of the album, Mitch?
It's called Into the Light.
Into the Light.
Into the Light,
I
yeah.
like it. Okay. And carry on.
Yeah, so yeah, you can find it on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere as well. And yeah, basically after that I organised a single launch at the Ellington Jazz Club.
Yeah.
And that was it was basically just a showcase, and it was my first real ticketed headline show in Perth. So I was selling tickets, which was actually a first for me. I never had a paid gig where people were paying to come see me. I've usually
That's
been like
fantastic.
the additional entertainment, I suppose.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was
Support.
awesome. I managed to get 95 people through the door.
Well done.
So it was fairly packed in there because it's a
well
quite small
done.
capacity.
And I guess for original artists, that is a massive milestone. You know, you spend
Absolutely
so long playing and doing stuff, and then actually you don't get paid that much.
Yeah.
So it's your goal as an
definitely.
original
As an original
singer-songwriter
artist,
is to get paid for your shows.
Yeah, getting gigs and people coming specifically to watch you play music and
how did you go down that night? How was the audience reaction?
It was awesome. Yeah, it was probably the best gig I've done, I would say. Like, it was such a great crowd, and it was such a different experience to a lot of the gigs I've done where everyone was just there just for the live music.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great thing about Perth as well, is there's a lot of good live music venues that are specifically designed for that.
Yeah, you're not
different.
on the side of the footy or something.
Yeah,
People
definitely.
are actually there to watch artists play.
Exactly,
and,
real music lovers.
And so Into the Light went down well, did it?
Yeah, it was
everyone like that.
I did that one last, and it was great. Yeah.
Excellent. Get them to leave on that
Yeah,
note of the new single. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you've nearly sold all of them out. That's fantastic.
Absolutely stoked. Yeah, it's all gone really well.
So where can people buy this? Where can they find you? Can they order it online?
Yeah,
or
so they
where can they go?
They can find it online on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, all of those major streaming sites. And if they go onto my Facebook page, they can find where I'm going to be playing, and then they can buy a CD in person.
Just so you know, it's Mitchell Martin. Now, you're only a young cat, really.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 20.
20.
Yeah,
Stop
20.
it, you're making me feel so old.
Yeah, I actually released my album on my birthday.
Happy birthday. Fantastic.
So I was trying to get an album out by the time I was 20, so I was pretty stoked.
Well done.
I was stoked I managed to get it done, because I was really pushing to get these songs recorded and written and just finished.
It's a lot of hard work going into the studio and
Definitely.
the process it takes just for one song. We just pop it on and press play, and people don't realise there's 72 hours of work just in that one song.
Yeah, writing it and recording all the parts. And just,
have you enjoyed that recording process?
Definitely. I'm really keen to get back into the studio, actually. I'm probably going to be going in at the end of the year.
Yeah, you're going to go and hock some stuff.
Yeah, get some more stuff. There's always going to be more stuff coming. I've been writing a fair bit lately, so
that's fantastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so have you got some new songs coming out as well, that you're working on? For the next one.
For the next one, definitely for the next album, I'll have a whole new set, and so I'm planning on around December. I'm thinking of going to record a single. I'm trying to write a couple, and then I'm gonna pick the best one. Yeah. And then I'm probably gonna organise another venue, maybe the Ellington again, maybe a different one. Yeah. With some support acts and kind of promote it as a single launch. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I want to try and do a bit more now, is get some more kind of performance venues and play a crowd of my original
and be
music.
able to plan and promote that and spread them out a little further, make them a little more meaningful. So I remember popping you up on stage at the paddock quite a while ago. Fancy. I think you were only about 17 then
17,
or something?
18. That was a great gig. Yeah,
I really love when we get to watch artists grow from, maybe a little shy, introverted.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got that raw talent though, so you can hear that in people. And now, one thing I love about what you do on stage as well is you use a loop station, don't you? Yeah. So tell people what a loop station is in case they don't know.
Okay, so basically I have a guitar and a keyboard and a vocal mic. Mm-hmm. I have 2 vocal mics on stage. Mm-hmm. So basically I have a pedal board in front of me, and as I hit the pedal, that starts recording, and I have to stay as well in time as humanly possible. Yeah. And then basically I hit the pedal again, and that will loop the section for me. And then I go over to the keyboard, and I have drum samples built into my the keyboard, and I'll loop the drums. And then I usually loop bass on the keyboard as well, and I can loop guitar riffs and kind of get the whole band happening. And then usually at some point in the song or another, I loop vocals as well. So
Right,
basically, I sing parts into it, and then I harmonise with myself and
Harmonise.
build like a little bit of a choir thing going on.
So it's a bit like recording live on stage.
Yeah,
So you lay down,
exactly.
say, a bass track, click, and that bass track will keep playing through the PA
Exactly.
system and the speakers, and then Mitchell will lay another track on top and another track. So it basically makes one guy sound like a whole bunch of different artists and instruments on stage at once.
Definitely.
And it's just little old you.
Yeah, just a little old me.
So how long have you been mastering and working with the loop? Because it is a skill, isn't it?
I just started with it at Paddington, so it's about 3 years now. And
Yeah.
it's constantly doing it and just refining your timing. It's been like a massive thing for my timing, I would say.
Yeah.
Just really get bang on. So
Turning
it
yourself into a
comes-
human metronome,
Yeah,
basically.
just always practicing with the click and just getting that timing like really on point.
I suppose if you stuff up, it stands out, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's,
And you can't blame anyone
no,
because it's only
it's
you.
my foot's fault. So yeah, basically it's just been constant practice and it's just getting better and better basically.
That's great. That's
Mhm.
great. So what would you say, you're, just for anyone who might not know about you or haven't heard about you, what sort of style would you say your music is, and where do you draw your songwriting influences? What makes you tick, with your songwriting?
I think overall, like my music is pop with obviously an acoustic underlying because generally I like to perform with an acoustic guitar. But as I kind of grew as an artist, I started bringing in a lot more of the electric, which I do perform live a bit with the electric now as well.
Right.
And kind of getting a bit of like blues rock kind of undertones in it as
yeah.
well. But yeah, essentially it's like it's a pop album with like a bit of like blues and rock underneath.
That's great.
To give it that kind of not just sugary pop kind of sound.
Yeah,
like keep
not to
keep the integrity within it. Yeah. But basically, like my favorite sort of artists are like Ed Sheeran and Shawn Mendes off like the charts, I would say.
Yeah.
And I like that kind of singer-songwriter vibe, like people that can actually write their own songs and play their own instruments and get up there and
fantastic.
perform really well.
And so I'm definitely going to get you to get that gorgeous acoustic out of your case in a minute. But
Definitely.
what's the name of the song that you're going to play for us today?
I'm going to play the title track, so it's Into the Light.
Into
so
the
it's
Light.
it's the last song on the album.
All right.
And yeah.
And tell me, what's that about?
It's a love song. It's about my girlfriend of 4 years now. Yeah, and
4 years?
4 years.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we've
What's her
been dating
name?
since high school. Abby.
Abby. Hi,
Yeah.
Abby. Hi, Abby.
So yeah, basically it's a love song, and I also, before I wrote the song, I had the idea of the name for the album in mind, like Into the Light.
Yep.
So it's kind of got a double meaning. So Into the Light is in bringing my music into the light, like
Yep.
finally bringing out the album and for the
Fantastic.
public. Yeah.
And then how does that relate to your girlfriend, Into the Light?
She pulls me into the light, makes me a better person.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
This is so great. Thank
Yeah,
you so
definitely.
much for coming in to say hello to us
Yeah,
and share
thank
your
you.
music. And please look up Mitchell Martin. He's an incredible young West Australian artist. So proud to know and work with guys like this.
Yeah.
And I just wish you every possible success in the
Thank
future.
you so much. And yeah, you can find all my stuff on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. I've got Twitter. I don't really use Twitter heaps,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've got it. So
Yeah.
yeah, everywhere, and also on Spotify and iTunes. And
Fantastic. Well, we're going to shoot off to a little break, and then when we come back, Mitchell's going to play Into the Light for you from his latest debut album. So don't go anywhere.
baby, you make me a better man. Oh, so much better than I thought I could be. Baby, well, I don't think you understand. And no, you don't understand what that means, no. And don't you know I just can't numb the pain. So please tell me you feel the same, or I don't know if I could talk that you won't say you leave me again. 'Cause I'll never understand how you pull me into the light now. And darling, before you I was so lost, and you helped me find the way, and now I know what I wanna be. Oh, when I feel like I'm getting closer now. I feel like a better person now, more than who I used to be. Oh, and don't you know I just can't numb the pain. So please tell me you feel the same, or I don't know if I could love again. No, and tell me that you won't say you'll leave me again. 'Cause I'll never understand how you pull me into the light. No. And don't you know I don't think I understand. No, I don't understand how you pull me into the